You're watching a recap from Investor XP, the show that covers investing for gamers. Check out the video description for details. It is Monday, July 17th. We got a great show for you. Coming up, we're talking about Comic-Con this week, some Tesla news, we review Splatfest that we enjoyed this past weekend. George Romero's passed away, so we'll be talking about that. Some new Atari news on the console, and finally, Blue Apron is getting beat up today. So look for each of those to be a recap video posted today on YouTube, and that's what we got coming up for you if you're watching live. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We are getting our first look at the new Atari console, and there it is behind me. A little bit of a throwback with the wood paneling, which is kind of sweet to see. And they're supposed to have some news this week coming up on the new console. We have a few tidbits on it, in that it's going to be a little bit like the NES Classic, in that it's going to plug in and you'll be able to play old titles, but it's also going to be powerful enough to play newer titles that they'll have for it. And that's about all we know about it right now, in that it's PC based. So here's the link to the article with some pictures and some general specs. It has, HDMI, some USB ports, an SD card port. Looks pretty cool. There's two versions of it, I believe. One with a red panel on it, and one with the wood panel. It looks like, so pretty neat there. I'll be interested to see when this thing is finally out, what it actually has in it. I'm old enough to have played the original Atari. When you compare it to Pong, it was great. A lot of great games: Frogs and Flies, Adventure, Pitfall. But there's not a ton of those games that are really playable by today's standards. So it's a little bit too much of a throwback in a lot of ways for some things if you're looking for gaming. And the cat wants to be in today's show. You can't be in today's show. But one of the things we've talked about on the show, and I'm going to pull it up here, is Atari stock, which is next to worthless. It's on the Paris exchange. It's a penny stock to trade in. If I can pull it up here. It's actually, I think it's doubled in price since we first started talking about this stock. I said this might be an interesting one as we get speculation on this. If you're into penny stocks and day trading, that you might be able to get some good hits on this. As you can see, earlier in the month, it was down around 20 cents a share. Now it's up to 40 cents a share. So you could have doubled your money. The volume continues to be well above the average, 11 million shares trading. Versus the average was 3, and I think the average was even farther below that when we first started looking at it. So still might be an opportunity here to trade off of this if you're into that penny stocks and day trading with that. Very risky. You have to be able to get on the Paris exchange too if you want to deal with Atari stock. They've been bought and sold so many times. I don't know. If you're into gambling and doing that, give it a shot. I think you're still going to have some opportunity as it leads up to the announcement. Post-announcement, probably not so much, to be honest with you. Even if it does well, the stock may go up a little bit. I'm not expecting this to be a true competitor. Who knows? There might be a lot of people that get behind it. It might be really easy to develop for. It might be a great price point. It could do a lot of things. I don't think it will. But post, this week after they start announcing what games and different things are coming out for it, the action might settle down a little bit in Atari. So the window's closing on day trading and making some money on Atari. Let me know what you think about the design and the new Atari system itself. Leave it in the comments below. So I'm going to wrap it up for today. Appreciate everyone for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Those who are watching live, you can check the show out live Monday through Friday, 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central. Contact the show. You can tweet us, email us, leave comments in the video on the recaps we post up on YouTube. Every day we take the live show and we do the individual articles as recap videos. So check those out. Leave us some feedback. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed them. Subscribe if you haven't already so you get the latest investing news for gamers. So appreciate you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.